It's about damn time I started setting WCW pay-per-view events. I hope you guys enjoy what I got coming for y'all. Seeing Hollywood Hulk Hogan in the black and white colors while seeing the Ultimate Warrior in those purple colors is really giving me the feels of being on drugs. I must be tripping. Before Snickers ever had a fetish for WWE WrestleMania, it seems like they had one for WCW Halloween Havoc. Even though it makes sense because Halloween, candy. The intensity of the music, the stage setup, the smoke, the fire and pyrotechnics. We have a winner right here already, folks.
He'll do anything. He'll do anything. Mike today also...
Bobby the Brain Heenan is repeating the same line over and over to the point where he took off his headset in embarrassment.
Trick or treat.
Alright, that was absolutely hilarious for Bobby's scare attempt backfire when Tony pulled his warrior mask back.
Mask on to the beginning of the program. Trick or treat.
Can this event begin in another 20 minutes from now? I gotta head out and do something, but I'll be right back.
One of the greatest pay-per-views in World Championship Wrestling history.
Mean Gene Okerlund just jinxed the momentum of this event, given Halloween Havoc in 1998 was one of the worst editions. Also, this pay-per-view began 5 minutes ago, and it's taken absolutely forever for them to start the matches. We had some commentary, bicker, the Nitro Girls dance routine, and now an interview, all before the first of 12 matches? Oh god, I'm gonna be here forever. No one likes a rhymer, Rick Steiner. Oh, for God's sake, I was too late. Damn it, I can't stop rhyming. My WCW sinning skills have poor timing. Fuck!
What in the world are you doing here tonight?
I work here?
What about me? What about Raven?
First sin being placed here is for the good point from Raven, as he was not prepared for this television championship match against Chris Jericho. Impromptu matches are always a sin, even for WCW. But the second sin is being placed because Raven is actually complaining about getting a title match. Even if it was last minute, I'd be happy about getting a championship match on pay-per-view.
Well, you know what? I don't feel like wrestling tonight.
And I had to get all the way to the ring, wearing my gear, going through the entire entrance, just to tell y'all that I have no interest in wrestling tonight.
Came here tonight to see me wrestle.
Actually, they didn't even know you were going to be competing tonight since this was an unscheduled match.
Jacket. Oh, any way you can.
Only 40 seconds into this match and one single clothesline, yet Chris Jericho believed that he had Raven beat to the point where he executed his pinfall pose.
Drop kick, down goes Raven.
Oh god, I'm upside down, getting very dizzy here.
Sidestep Jericho.
That fan right there will cherish his bucket of popcorn for life, knowing Chris Jericho's hair was in it. Gross.
Head first, he sends Jericho to steel steps once.
I'm so angry at the steel stairs that I'm gonna topple them over, but slowly because I'm also tired and need sleep.
Time and gouges Jericho in the eyes, and now...
I don't know if Raven's trying to hurt Chris Jericho or hug him as if he was his long-lost brother. Decide. Fighting.
And now the...
Wrestler who took off the turnbuckle pad and exposed the steel ends up being the one thrown into the steel cliche. Chris Jericho has his leg up in the air despite the fact that Raven is not even hooking it. Then again, we are at Halloween Havoc, so a demonic force could be behind this.
We're gonna have a new champion.
Bobby Heenan just had to jinx Raven's momentum.
Raven again.
Chris Jericho is addicted to Ravens, I guess. Not gonna lie, I actually thought somebody was blowing smoke at the camera before realizing it was actually the replay coming up. Second reference to drugs tonight.
I could come out here and be long-winded.
It probably would last a lot shorter than your description of what you could be talking about in this promo. Eric Bischoff hiding his inner hatred for Hulk Hogan by having that "can you hurry up, my arm is getting tired" look on his face.
Gargoyle here tonight, Brain.
Somebody should really convince that gargoyle to quit smoking because it's setting a bad example. Don't do drugs. The quality of Wrath's name graphics is really poor, even for 1998 standards of WCW broadcasting.
Heck, you got guys from San Diego Padres.
Meng is hell-bent on making sure that Wrath never gets into the ring at all in this match.
Halloween Havoc has become over the years.
The fuck?
Good, and the fans respond.
While attempting to get out of Wrath's pump handle slam, Meng unintentionally caused him to get into the perfect position for the execution. Whoops. The audio in this recap of Kidman's interview is just as poor as Wrath's name graphics from moments ago.
Okay, as Lee Marshall...
WCW is a dick by cutting away from Kidman's interview while he was in the middle of responding to a question. If you were just going to cut him off like that, then what was the point of recapping this in the first place?
The length of this first match.
Disco Inferno manages to put down Juventud Guerrero with a sidewalk slam, then makes the mistake of nodding at the audience before realizing he should be pinning his opponent.
Top again, change strategy in midstream.
Whatever the hell that was supposed to be. Did Disco counter? Did Juventud screw up? Whatever happened, it's a sin.
The mask.
Creative way to toss Disco out of the ring. That was absolutely hilarious to watch.
And look at this move. Head scissor again.
Actually, that looked more like Disco countered and planted Juventud on his face. I think Juventud took the worst damage in that scenario.
And he certainly is losing his focus.
Tony Schiavone would be great at Cinemasons 2 expansion.
Is rolled up that time by...
Disco Inferno had both his hands on the bottom rope throughout this entire pinfall, and the referee saw it too, but chose to ignore it until after he made the 2 count, when this was clearly a no count.
Disco Inferno. Go get him. Go get him. You want him. Go get him.
Disco connects a swinging neckbreaker and even crawls to Juventud for the pin, but decides to take a nap for 20 seconds instead.
Nailing the forehead with a right hand.
I love the Macarena, but I am seriously about to whack my head onto my desk if all this stalling for time continues.
The revolution's only about 3 or 4. Looks like.
Hard to tell if that was intentional or unintentional, but the end result is that Disco Inferno was addicted to Juventud's Guerreras.
Got the cover. 1, 2. Disco Inferno wins.
Throughout this entire pinfall, Disco's leg is causing Juventud's left shoulder to be off the canvas completely, and somehow the referee doesn't see it, making this victory bullshit.
The stunning Nitro girls in the...
Scott Steiner is on his way to the ring, ready to compete in his scheduled match. Wait, what? He's not wrestling for another 45 minutes? Well, then why is he out here now?
We'll tag up with the largest human being.
Hasn't this event had enough impromptu matches already? Apparently not. Would it be surprised if we renamed this event Halloween Extras?
For the World Tag Team titles.
Also, I guess this makes Scott Steiner the interim WCW Tag Team Champion, given Scott Hall is the one who's champions with the Giant. If the reasoning was Scott Hall was injured, then explain why he's literally competing against Kevin Nash tonight.
For the Giant, we're gonna have a little food tonight.
I get that the Giant is the biggest wrestler on the WCW roster, but he's not a freaking cannibal. Wrestling has weird habits of making cannibal references in their giants.
You will face your brother here one-on-one.
How many more freaking matches are we gonna have added on tonight's show?
Give me 20 minutes.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but is now really the time to give yourself 20 minutes of privacy all because Alex Wright is dancing?
Diamond Callous Page.
Who the hell is Diamond Callous Page? Does DDP have a secret twin brother named DCP or something?
For the world title, Hollywood Hogan. And
Yeah, look at that. I just randomly flipped around the ring. That means I'm the smartest man in the room.
Certainly a different Hollywood Hogan.
Haven't we gotten enough wasted time dance routines from Disco Inferno earlier tonight? Apparently not.
like a 3, 4, 5-inch punch can knock you.
The moment you have the audience chanting boring, you know you've done messed up tonight. And given how there are so many matches, a lot of them unscheduled, I picked a very sinful place to start with the WCW Sins.
I believe I can fly.
They don't come in my...
Once again, WCW being assholes to interview recaps by cutting them off halfway through a statement.
Following is a special edit contest.
Lodi figures that saying he will get revenge will jinx his momentum, so instead he wrote it down on a sign. Bad news, man. Momentum jinxing works that way too.
Boy, she's slowing the...
Well, I'm with Saturn on this one, since Lodi is putting his signs away and warming up for pretty much a full minute of this 3-minute match.
They're offensive.
Fuck it, let's just add in 5 sins because this impromptu match is severely irritating with moments like this. As a matter of fact, this entire match is Lodi protecting his signs, wrestling for a few seconds, and then repeat. This is a Halloween nightmare. Nice try, but after 2 different times, it's not going to work on me again. Almost feels like we've seen this asshole compete less than 20 minutes ago, but he earned the Cruiserweight title shot, so prepare for another 10 minutes of waste-of-time dance routines.
It was a tough match with Hogan.
Really was. Hard fought.
Honestly, no. If you recall, Disco Inferno spent a majority of that match dancing and posing and still won the match. Doesn't sound that hard fought to me.
The longer the match goes, it favors Kidman, but
The longer the match goes, it favors insert name of wrestler cliche. Took me all the way to the WCW Sins before I realized that should have been a cliche since everyone says that about everybody.
stop it. Hair takedown, combination.
Considering Kidman does this 3 times, I'm actually surprised that Disco didn't do anything to prevent it from giving up the 3rd time.
I've never seen an array of talent like we have right here, right now.
Don't get me wrong, Disco Inferno and Kidman are great talent, but Bobby Heenan is comparing them to all the greatest legends ever. I guess he's the inspiration for fans claiming that certain wrestlers today are better than those in the past ever were.
That's really for you back. I don't know.
Kidman hit the canvas so hard his push-up instincts kicked in. I wonder if his crunch instincts would kick in if he landed on his back.
The winner of this is the Cruiserweight Champion of...
No shit, Sherlock. Would have thought we wouldn't hear anyone acting like Sherlock Holmes in WCW, but I guess the infection was everywhere.
Nitro dancers. Oh,
Ow, Kidman moved out of the way. Time to drop and give 20 push-ups.
weight class or not.
Right on his back. Time for 15 sit-ups.
This is going to go for it again.
The Macarena didn't work against Juventud Guerrero earlier in the show, so Disco Inferno believes it will work against Kidman. Guess what doesn't work?
Introducing team number 1.
Who are apparently nowhere to be found. The music has been playing for nearly a full damn minute. Get out here! The Giant wasting precious time teasing the referee with the "I'm tall and you're short, try and get it" bullying tactic. Knowing what becomes of the Giant in the future, seeing him throw a right hand and not knock somebody out is awkward. Hell, he's a lot bigger and has more power here compared to later. Buff Bagwell had the wrong idea of pushing the Giant because he could have accidentally caused the Giant to trip and land right on top of Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner is an idiot by not going for the pinfall on Scott Steiner, all because Buff Bagwell told him to tag out. An even bigger reason why Rick was an idiot to ignore the pinfall and tag in Buff. Scott Steiner screwing around and celebrating the fact that Buff left Rick is what ultimately causes his team to lose the titles. Normally, when you think of a wrestler who single-handedly won the tag team titles without a partner, it'd be impressive. Then you see the opposing team do shit like this and think this had to be the easiest task ever. 552? Literally 1 minute ago, Mike said that the Giant weighed in at 452 pounds. How did he get an additional 100 pounds in less than 24 hours? Even if the Giant missed his opponent and accidentally hit his partner, come on, to see someone his size hit a picture-perfect missile dropkick is fucking amazing. After losing the tag team titles, Scott has no problem losing to his brother via countout in his second consecutive match.
All by himself. No.
Scott Steiner, of all people, should know that there are no timeouts in professional wrestling. This strategy never works, no matter who you are.
I don't think
Rick Steiners were assaulted 4 times in 2 matches to the point where they don't seem to be related to Sky anymore.
Microphone. Or no.
A disguised Buff Bagwell connected the microphone shot to Rick Steiner using the power of the Force. That was really bad. The bell has rung, yet this match is somehow still going on. Or is this now a separate match completely different from the previous? Oh, I don't fucking know.
We're gonna get it on, big fella.
Ha! Giggity!
Scott Hall has come to fight.
Wow, Tony, I would have never guessed that Scott Hall has come to Halloween Havoc to fight Kevin Nash. That's a big shocker.
The camera cable from the...
Attempted strangulation.
Look at you now.
I know, right? Big Sexy is on the outside of the ring during a wrestling match, which means he should be getting counted out. But apparently, WCW doesn't give a shit. Head drumming.
Have another drink, baby. Here's one. Bam!
Damn, whatever beer Kevin Nash has offered to Scott Hall, it must be strong as hell. What does he call it, the tear my quad? Also, majority of this match is Kevin Nash stalling, punching down Scott Hall, taunting, stalling again, and then eventually getting himself counted out like an idiot. You couldn't have at least pinned him after those 2 jackknife power bombs? No? Just gonna give Scott the win on purpose? Well, okay. Literally 1 minute and 20 goddamn seconds between the moment Bret Hart's music hits and the moment he actually appears on the stage. What the hell has he been doing in those 80 seconds? Taking a piss?
the Warrior, no title at stake there.
We're already over 2 hours into this pay-per-view and still got this match and 2 other matches left to go. So let's just waste time and hope that the pay-per-view feed doesn't get cut out because of dumbass moments like this. Brilliant plan!
Sting has never wavered, though. He's been...
Finally! Although I wish Sting could have had enough and started attacking Bret Hart like 5 minutes ago when he first started hanging around doing nothing.
The best there is and the best there ever will be.
It's cool that this is Bret Hart's nickname, but the commentators have recited it like 4 times in the last 2 minutes.
Paycheck.
Bret Hart is a dick to Sting's Scorpions. There's been a lot of those tonight. You might as well rename the event Balls to the Wall or something.
Trick or treat.
Wow. Okay. I get that the show's called Halloween Havoc, but was Bobby Heenan so bored of no Halloween references the whole night and decided to blurt one out?
Silverman.
Let's just add in 5 sins for way too many nut shots. I hope Shinsuke Nakamura's inspiration 20 years later wasn't by watching this pay-per-view event. That crazy obsessed fan. The referee gets knocked down at the crucial point of the match cliche, not to mention that Sting's elbow barely connected at all. Yikes, it was sad enough that the referee got elbowed, but now his legs are most definitely broken. Honestly, I'm gonna remove a couple sins here. Sting is knocked the fuck out and Bret Hart continues to assault him to make sure that he stays out when the referee recovers. Devious and evil work. Nearly 10 minutes of watching Sting get carted out of the arena. We have half an hour left on the pay-per-view time limit and 2 more matches to go. Hustle, folks. Hustle. The creativity in this sign is fucking hilarious, except the usage of the word retarded. Hate it when people use that offensive word. I'll still remove this in for the creativity, though.
Of course, I don't think there was any question when
The Warrior is in the ring, ready to go, but Hollywood Hogan chooses to insult fans and ignore him completely. And if hanging outside the ring wasn't bad enough, now we got 2 extra minutes of staring contest. If you take out all the time-wasting moments and impromptu matches that were thrown into the show, we would have saved up to 40 minutes.
He's looking at it in the face right here.
Are we sure this match was only 15 minutes long? Because with how bad it was, I could have sworn I was watching this for half an hour. In the first 5 minutes.
Sends him into the ropes. A little crisscross.
This goes on for quite some time.
And that was superb timing by Hollywood.
Premature celebration on the part of Hollywood Hogan. Since he knows the Warrior will and lost to him at WWF WrestleMania 6, he should know better than to take him lightly.
Runs over Nick Patrick.
Gotta admit that Hulk Hogan played one of the most badass heels in professional wrestling history. One of the examples being this moment where he pretends to trip over and drops his knee on the knocked out referee.
The Giants' timing has not been great tonight.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You think Hogan's worried about a disqualification?
The referee is threatening to throw out the match and disqualify Hollywood Hogan if he continues to whack Warrior with the belt. But when Hollywood continues to whack Warrior with the belt, a disqualification did not occur. If you're not going to do something, then don't even threaten to do it. Makes you look like a pussy.
Is it ever?
When Hollywood was using the belt, the referee threatened to disqualify him. But when Warrior is using the belt, go right ahead and don't mind me enjoying the action.
Hogan's
That was one of the poorest landings from a clothesline I have ever seen. How much longer is this match? It was meant to be a big shocker when Horace Hogan whacked Hollywood with a chair despite the two having beef with one another. But after a completely disastrous match, I'm just glad this is over. Shocking moment failed.
Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
This is how the legendary Michael Buffer does his ring announcing. All the respect to him. But after a near disaster of a pay-per-view, can we please just get the main event over with so we can go home?
and that's a great
Jesus, where did they put Goldberg's locker room? In the very back of the arena?
DDP, the People's Champion.
Looks like Diamond Dallas Page referred to himself as the People's Champion before the future Rock.